students, how are you all? Hope you all are fine. Stay back home and be safe. I am your economics teacher. You must be very curious for your new subjects. So now let's start with your first topic, Introduction to Economics. What is economics? Economics क्या है? It is the social science that studies production, distribution and consumption of goods and services. इकोनॉमिक्स को हमने सोशल साइंस क्यों कहा? क्योंकि इकोनॉमिक्स में हम ह्यूमन बीइंग की एक्टिविटीज को इंक्लूड करते हैं. दैट इज व्हाई इट इज कंसिडर्ड एज सोशल साइंस. सेकेंड वर्ड इज प्रोडक्शन. प्रोडक्शन क्या होता है? हम गुड्स को बनाते हैं, दैट इज कन्वर्टिंग अ रॉ मटेरियल इनटू फिनिश प्रोडक्ट्स. फैक्ट्री में कुछ बनते हैं, वो हम वहाँ पे क्या कर रहे हैं? प्रोडक्शन. जब वो कुछ फैक्ट्री में बन जाते हैं, उस गुड्स को हमको डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना होता है, मार्केट तक लेके जाना होता है, उसको क्या बोला जाता है? डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. आफ्टर द गुड्स वेंट टू द मार्केट, हम लोग उस गुड्स को क्या करते हैं? परचेज करते हैं, उसको कंज्यूम करते हैं. दैट वी कॉल इट एज कंजम्पशन. It means in economics what we will study? We will study about production, distribution and consumption of goods and services. There are many economists who has defined definition of economics in different terms. अलग-अलग economics ने economics को अलग-अलग terms में define किया है. That are divided into the following groups. First one is wealth definition. Wealth definition is given by Adam Smith, who is also known as father of economics. जो क्या बोला जाता है? Father of economics. In his definition, he emphasized more on wealth. अपनी definition में Adam Smith ने वेल्थ किस तरीके से क्रिएट होती है, गुड्स कैसे बनते हैं, उसको किया. इसलिए इसकी डेफिनेशन का नाम क्या रखा गया? वेल्थ डेफिनेशन. सेकेंड वन इज वेलफेयर डेफिनेशन, व्हिच वाज गिवन बाय अल्फ्रेड मार्शल. ही शिफ्टेड द डेफिनेशन ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स फ्रॉम वेल्थ टू वेलफेयर. अल्फ्रेड मार्शल ने क्या कहा? इकोनॉमिक्स में हम सिर्फ वेल्थ नहीं पढ़ेंगे, हाउ कंज्यूमर्स यूज दैट गुड्स. कंज्यूमर चीजों को यूज कैसे कर रहे हैं, उनकी वेलबींग क्या है, हम उसके बारे में पढ़ेंगे. दैट इज व्हाई ही चेंजेस द इकोनॉमिक्स डेफिनेशन फ्रॉम वेल्थ टू वेलफेयर. द थर्ड वन इज स्कैरसिटी डेफिनेशन, प्रोफेसर एल रॉबिन्स. स्कैरसिटी डेफिनेशन, he talks about the scarce resources. ये scarce resources क्या हैं? हम जब goods बनाते हैं तो वो goods चीज़ों से बनते हैं. वो सारी जो चीज़ें हैं वो abundant में नहीं हैं, वो बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं है, उनकी कमी हमेशा रहती है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर हम मनी ही ले लें, किसी के पास कितना भी पैसा हो, पर उसको अपने रिसोर्सेज को, दैट वी कॉल इट एज मनी, उसको यूटिलाइज जब वो करता है तो वो चूज करता है ना कौन सी चीज के ऊपर हम ये पैसा खर्चा करें. क्यों वो चूज करता है कि हम कौन सी चीज के ऊपर पैसा खर्चा करें? बिकॉज देयर मनी इज लिमिटेड. दैट इज स्कैरसिटी डेफिनेशन. तो रॉबिन्स ने अपनी डेफिनेशन में स्केयरसिटी के बारे में बात करी है. नेक्स्ट इज ग्रोथ डेफिनेशन गिवन बाय प्रोफेसर सैमुएल्सन. He said, in an economics, growth is also there. Growth means हम लोग resources कह तो रहे हैं scarce है, but हमने बहुत सारे changes करे हैं इकोनॉमी में. Before that, only petrol is used to running the vehicles. सिर्फ पेट्रोल यूज होता है, but now a time we use what? To run the vehicle we use solar energy also. talking about growth, progress. Samuelson has defined definition in the term of growth. All these 4 groups of definitions in my next video I will explain you in detail. Thank you.
Hello students, today we will learn about wealth definition. In my last class I have explained you about the 4 groups of definition. In that the first one is wealth definition. Adam Smith, the father of modern economics, defined economics in his book An Inquiry into the Nature and Causes of Wealth of Nation. Adam Smith, who has defined the wealth definition of economics, he is also known as father of modern economics. He has written one book, An Inquiry into the Nature and Causes of Wealth of Nation. According to him, economics is a study of nature and causes of nation's wealth. इनके हिसाब से economics क्या है? Study of nature and causes of a nation's wealth. He only talks about, in economics, about the nature and cause of wealth. Now, what is wealth? We must know before proceeding it further in economics, which thing we call it as wealth. Wealth क्या है? Wealth एक ऐसी commodity कह सकते हैं जो scarce nature की हो, जो transferable हो, जिसकी utility हो, उसको हम क्या कहेंगे? Wealth. Now, we will learn about features of wealth definition. The first one is study of wealth. देखिए उसकी डेफिनेशन से ही निकला है, दैट इज स्टडी ऑफ वेल्थ. हम वेल्थ के बारे में पढ़ेंगे, वेल्थ को इंक्रीज कैसे करेंगे. इकोनॉमिक स्टडीज टू इंक्रीज वेल्थ, दैट इज प्रोडक्शन ऑफ मटेरियल गुड्स. मीन्स ही ओनली टॉक्स अबाउट हाउ टू इंक्रीज वेल्थ. उन्होंने सिर्फ किसके बारे में बात बताई? वेल्थ कैसे इंक्रीज करें. सेकेंड थिंग इज स्टडी ऑफ मटेरियल गुड्स ओनली. मटेरियल गुड्स क्या होते हैं? मटेरियल गुड्स वो गुड्स हैं जो स्केयर्स नेचर के हैं, जिसको सेल करके आपको मनी मिल पाए, जिसकी यूटिलिटी हो. क्योंकि गुड्स 2 तरीके के होते हैं, एक मटेरियल गुड्स और एक नॉन मटेरियल गुड्स. नॉन मटेरियल गुड्स विच आर प्रेजेंट इन एबेंडेंट. एबेंडेंट मतलब मीन्स इन लार्ज क्वान्टिटी. हम इकोनॉमिक्स में उसके बारे में नहीं पढ़ेंगे. एडम स्मिथ के हिसाब से वी ओनली लर्न अबाउट मटेरियल गुड्स. आई हैव टेकन द एग्जाम्पल टेबल एंड चेयर. थर्ड वन इज इकोनॉमिक मैन. इकोनॉमिक मैन मीन्स इट ले एम्फेसाइज ऑन द मैन हु डज ऑल एक्टिविटीज़ ऑफ हिज सेल्फ इंटरेस्ट. जो क्या काम करता है, वो सारी एक्टिविटीज़ जो किसके रिलेटेड हो, सिर्फ सेल्फ इंटरेस्ट. सेल्फ इंटरेस्ट मीन्स उसके फ़ायदे के लिए. These are the 3 features of wealth definition given by Adam Smith. Thank you. Now we will learn about welfare definition. Professor Alfred Marshall defined economics as a study of mankind in the ordinary business of life. It examines that part of individual and social actions which is most closely connected with the attainment and use of material requisite of well-being. It means Professor Marshall focuses more on ordinary man, about the real man. He says about the attainment of wealth. He says that wealth is to be created, but more important is how we are using that wealth for our well-being. Now, features of welfare definition. First one, study of mankind. Economics studies the economic activities of human beings. In his definition, primary importance is given to man and wealth is given only a secondary position. As we have learned in his definition that man is important. That is primary importance. Wealth is secondary. He says that man is there, then only he can create and use wealth. Therefore, he has given first preference to man. Second one. Second, study of ordinary business of life. Economic studies an ordinary man who earns and spends wealth to get maximum satisfaction. Means it talks about the real man. It does not talks about the economic man of self-interest. He says it is important to know how we are earning it, but it is also important how we are spending it. Now, third one, study of material welfare. Economics does not study the whole of economic human welfare, but only the welfare which is of material welfare. Means it only talks about the welfare which we gain from the use of material goods. That is, the goods which can be expressed in terms of money. From that, if we get any satisfaction, that is only included in economics. It does not include non-material welfare. Means there are certain satisfactions which we get from not because of money, but for our psychological factors also. Like if we go to the temple, we get a mental satisfaction. That is non-economic welfare, non-material welfare. Thank you. Now we will learn about scarcity definition. Professor L. Robbins defined economics is the science which studies the human behavior as a relationship between ends and scarce means which have alternative uses. प्रोफेसर रॉबिन्स ने इकोनॉमिक्स को स्कैसिटी के टर्म्स में डिफाइन किया है. अकॉर्डिंग टू हिम, ही point three things in his definition: ends, scarce means, and its alternative uses. Ends means our wants and desires. Scarce means resources from which our wants and desires can be fulfilled. Alternative uses means these resources can be put in alternative manner. Professor Robbins explains about the human behavior, about the ends and the scarce means and their alternative uses. Now we will learn features of scarcity definition. First one is unlimited ends. Ends refers to wants. I told you in the definition, end means our wants, our desires and wishes. And we all know our wants and desires are always unlimited. Even we satisfy one want, after some time another want arises. There is no end to the human wants until death. Second one, scarce means. Means refers to resources which are limited. There would not have been an economic problem if the means are unlimited. As I have told you, means resources. And we all know resources are limited in nature. Resources are those from which we can satisfy our wants. If you have taken the example for money, if we take the example for wood, for coal, these all are the scarce means from which we can do the production, from which we can fulfill our wants. That is why he says there would not be an economic problem if means are unlimited. Third one is alternative uses. The resources are not only limited in supply but also they have several uses. Means they can be put in one another form. For example, if I have a money, I can go to see a movie, I can buy a book also. It means from money you can do two things I have taken. There are so many things which we can do. So it means resources are not only limited, but they have alternative uses also. Fourth one, science of choice. Since wants are unlimited but means are scarce, we have to select the most urgent wants from the numerous. Now we will learn about growth definition. Growth definition was given by Professor Samuelson. He defined economics as a study of how man and society choose with or without the use of money to employ scarce productive resources which could have alternative uses to produce various commodities over time and distribute them for consumption now and in the future among the various people and group of society. It means Professor Samuelson talks about the man and the society. उन्होंने man और society के बारे में बात करी है. How they have used the resources, how they have employed the scarce productive resources means how they have used the resources and their alternative uses. उनके अलग अलग uses क्या हैं. उन्होंने at present use of resources की भी बात करी है. उसके साथ उन्होंने और क्या explain किया अपनी definition में. In the future also, that is now and in the future among the various groups of society, how they will use that resources in the future also. That is why their definition is growth definition. मतलब वो सिर्फ अभी के बारे में बात नहीं कर रहे, फ्यूचर के बारे में भी बात कर रहे हैं. फर्स्ट feature of the growth definition is efficient allocation of resources. Efficient allocation का meaning क्या है बेटा? Efficient allocation means proper utilization in which there is no wastage. मतलब हम resources को ठीक ढंग से use कर रहे हैं, उसमें कुछ भी waste नहीं करेंगे. That is why he not only points about the allocation of resources, he lays more stress on proper utilization. उन्होंने सिर्फ allocation के बारे में बात नहीं करी. They talked about proper utilization. Second one, growth of resources. Growth of resources means how to increase the resources. According to him, efforts should be made to increase the resources so as to satisfy ever increasing wants. It means what? We all know that resources are scarce in nature. हम लोग को पता है resources scarce nature के हैं. तो Professor Samuelson has said we should focus on what? That is to increase of resources. हमको किसके ऊपर फोकस करना चाहिए? रिसोर्सेज को हम इंक्रीज़ कैसे कर सकते हैं जिससे हम अपनी वॉन्ट्स को सेटिस्फाई कर पाएँ फ्यूचर में भी. थर्ड वन इज़ solution to economic problem. Economics is not only concerned with the identification of economic problems, but it should also suggest ways and means to solve them. It means in economics we should not talk about what is the problem. हमको सिर्फ problem क्या है उसको नहीं जानना. We should talk also about the ways to overcome, means उन प्रॉब्लम से हम बाहर कैसे निकल सकते हैं.